All right, you degenerates, buckle up for another deep dive. K-pop's gone mainstream.
Right?
Even those
Yeah.
virtual chicks KDA are blown up, but you're here for the real deal.
Yeah.
The blood, sweat, and tears on stage. So let's cut the crap and dive headfirst into I-dle,
Okay.
a group that's tearing up the K-pop scene. We've got their Wikipedia page, and trust me, it's a wild ride. We'll uncover their whole story, the members, the music, the impact, the whole damn thing.
Sounds good. They're definitely a force to be reckoned with. One of the first things you notice is that they're self-producing, which is pretty rare, you know what I mean?
Yeah, self-producing. These chicks aren't some manufactured pop group. They actually write and produce their own music. How badass is that?
It's incredibly unusual, especially for a girl group. They have a level of creative control that's almost unheard of in the K-pop machine.
Damn right. And they've done it without being signed to one of the big four agencies,
Yeah.
which is basically unheard of.
It really speaks to their talent and drive. They debuted in 2018, and by 2022, they exploded with their song, Tomboy.
Oh, Tomboy. That shit was a banger. Hit #1 in Korea. The video's got, what, 1 billion views or something like that?
Over 100 million to be precise. And the fact that it blew up like that, especially with a song like Tomboy that flips the script on typical femininity, is really impressive. It really struck a nerve with people.
Yeah, Tomboy is a straight-up anthem. But these chicks didn't stop there. They came back swinging with Neketstis.
Neketstis was massive, both in Korea and internationally. It actually made them the first act from an independent label to chart on the U.S. Billboard Pop Airplay chart with a non-English song.
No shit. That's huge. It's like they're obliterating language barriers with their music.
Exactly. It shows you how far their reach goes. And speaking of global domination, these girls are a phenomenon. They went from busking on the streets of Seoul to selling millions of albums, topping Spotify charts, even performing at Expo 2020 in Dubai. Talk about a glow up.
From street corners to fucking Dubai, man. That's the dream.
And you can't forget about their commitment to self-production. It's not a marketing gimmick, it's who they are.
Hell yeah, they get their hands dirty. You've got Soyeon the leader, a crazy, talented songwriter and rapper, came up through those competition shows, fighting tooth and nail.
Absolutely. And someone like Minnie, who composed a hit song that ended up on a major Korean TV show, these girls are the real deal.
It's inspiring as hell, especially when you think about how restrictive the K-pop industry can be, especially for women. They're breaking down walls and building their own empire.
They're definitely challenging the status quo, and it's not just the music, it's their visuals and concepts, too. They've explored themes like shamanism, Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe.
Hold up, shamanism, Cleopatra, what the hell?
Yeah, they go all out with their concepts. And it's not just for shock value. It shows a depth of artistry and a willingness to push boundaries. Most girl groups are stuck in those cute or sexy boxes, but I-dle is doing something completely different.
So they're not just making music, they're creating whole worlds around their songs. That's next level shit.
And their music videos are packed with symbolism and hidden meanings. You could spend hours dissecting them trying to figure it all out.
All right, so we've got these self-producing badasses touring the globe, dropping hit after hit, and their music videos are like puzzles wrapped in riddles. Sign me the fuck up.
But it's not just about the spectacle. They're tackling serious issues too, like gender stereotypes.
Yeah, Tomboy was pretty in your face about that, wasn't it? Like a big fuck you to anyone trying to put them in a box.
Exactly. It's a rejection of those tired expectations about how women should act, look, and sound.
And it's not just Tomboy. There's Lion too, right? All about power and leadership.
Lion is a great example. The lyrics compare a woman's dignity to a lion, a powerful and majestic creature.
It's like they're reclaiming those symbols of power that have always been associated with men.
Exactly. And they're doing it in a way that's both fierce and feminine.
Okay, so they're challenging stereotypes. But how are they doing it? Give me some specifics.
Let's take another look at Tomboy. The lyrics are all about not needing makeup or fancy clothes to feel confident. They're rejecting those superficial beauty standards that are constantly shoved down women's throats.
Right, and the choreography was killer. All sharp angles and powerful moves. Not your typical cutesy girl group bullshit.
Exactly. It was a visual representation of their strength and independence.
And what about Nick Hicks Day? What's the deal with that one?
Next Day tackles the word itself, reclaiming it from its negative connotations. They're saying, you can call us nude if you want, but we're not ashamed of our bodies. We're going to own our sexuality on our own terms.
Yeah, these girls are fearless. It's like they're not afraid to piss people off.
They definitely don't shy away from controversy, and it's working. People are paying attention. They're starting conversations about important issues.
And they're racking up awards and topping charts while they're at it.
It's proof that you can be successful while being true to yourself.
Okay, let's rewind a bit. You mentioned they came up through those competition shows.
Yeah, Soyeon the leader, she's a veteran of those shows. She's on Produce 101 and Unpretty Rap Star.
Those shows are brutal, man. It's like a gladiator arena for aspiring idols.
It's intense for sure. You have to have serious talent and even more resilience to survive those shows.
So she basically went through hell to get where she is today. No wonder she's got that take-no-shit attitude.
And those experiences shaped her as an artist. She knows the K-pop industry inside and out.
So she's not just talented, she's got street cred.
Exactly. She's earned the respect of her peers and her fans.
Okay, I'm curious about the other members. What are their stories?
Well, there's Minnie, who's from Thailand. She's an amazing vocalist and composer.
A Thai K-pop star. That's pretty unique.
It is. And she's been praised for bringing her own cultural influences to the group's music.
I like that. It adds another layer to their sound.
And then you have Mion, who is actually a trainee at YG Entertainment, one of the big four agencies before joining Cube.
So she almost debuted with a different group. What happened?
The details are a bit fuzzy, but it seems like there were some issues with her contract or something.
Damn, that's gotta be frustrating. But hey, looks like things worked out for the best.
Definitely. She's found her place in I-dle.
All right, what about Yuki and Shua? Spill the tea.
Yuki is from China. She's got a really powerful voice and is known for her playful personality.
So we've got Thailand, China. This group is like a mini United Nations.
It definitely adds to their global appeal. And finally, there's Shuhua, the youngest from Taiwan.
Taiwan, too. Damn, they're representing Asia hard.
She's still developing as a performer, but she's got a ton of potential.
Okay, so we've got this incredibly diverse group of talented women. They're writing their own music, calling the shots, and they're not afraid to shake things up. What's not to love?
They're a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
You mentioned their music videos are full of symbolism.
Yeah.
Give me some examples. I'm ready to go down the rabbit hole.
Well, take Oh My God, for example. The imagery in that video is heavily influenced by religious iconography.
Religious iconography.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely not your typical girl group concept.
Right, you've got scenes with stained glass windows, angels, demons. It's exploring the duality of good and evil, the struggle between temptation and righteousness.
Deep shit, man. I'm starting to see why people are so obsessed with these girls.
Oh, no.
They're not just entertainers, they're artists.
And it's not just, oh my God, lion has a lot of symbolism too. The golden robes, the lion imagery.
The lion dancers at the end, right? That was epic.
It was, and it ties into the lyrics about power and leadership. They're not just singing about being strong. They're embodying that strength on stage.
Okay, that video is beautiful, but I'm not sure I got the whole message.
Hua is all about moving on from heartbreak. The imagery of fire and ice represents the pain of loss and the eventual healing process.
Okay, that makes sense. And those scenes with the cherry blossoms? Those were stunning.
The cherry blossoms symbolize new beginnings, the hope that comes after a period of darkness.
I'm starting to see how much thought they put into every detail of their work. It's impressive as hell.
And that's just scratching the surface. There's so much more to uncover.
All right, before we get too lost in the symbolism, let's talk about their impact. You said they're a global phenomenon.
They're huge. They've got millions of fans all over the world.
What's driving that global success?
It's a combination of factors. Their music is catchy and relatable, their visuals are stunning, and they've got a strong message of empowerment that resonates with people from all walks of life.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to experiment with different genres and concepts. They're not just trying to fit into a mold, they're creating their own.
And they're connecting with fans on a personal level. They're active on social media. They're constantly interacting with their fans. They make them feel like they're part of something special.
It's like they've built this whole community around their music.
Exactly. And that community is growing every day.
So they're not just successful musicians, they're savvy businesswomen too.
They're definitely smart about how they're building their brand.
Okay, last question. Where do I start with their music? Give me some recommendations.
If you want something powerful and anthemic, go with Tomboy or Lion.
Yeah, those are the classics.
If you're in the mood for something a little sexier and more provocative, check out Nesk D.
I'm always in the mood for something sexy and provocative.
And if you want something a little more melodic and emotional, try Hua.
All right, you've convinced me. I'm going to go blast some I-dle right after this. But before I do, what's the biggest takeaway from all of this? What makes I-dle so special?
I-dle is redefining what it means to be a female K-pop group. They're talented, creative, fearless, and they're inspiring a whole generation of young women.
Right. I-dle is not just making music, they're making history. So to wrap this up, they're a self-made powerhouse breaking barriers and taking the world by storm. They're challenging norms, owning their sexuality, and creating art that's both thought-provoking and entertaining. What's not to love?
And they've been praised for pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable for a girl group. What stereotypes do you think they're smashing? How are they doing it? It's time to go down that rabbit hole and see for yourself.
All right, GA Generates. That's the deep dive on GIDLE. Go blast their music, check out their videos. You can find them everywhere. Trust me, you won't regret it. Until next time, stay curious.